Talk to you a little bit about jiu-jitsu. My son just started.
Nice.
He's been in for about 4 months now.
How old is he?
He's 7. Yeah.
And he's been wrestling too, though.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu is great, but if you can't take somebody down,
yeah.
It's like jiu-jitsu, they don't teach any takedowns. So get him in wrestling. If he has those two.
Yeah. Now, your background is wrestling.
Yeah, I grew up, my dad got me in wrestling when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Wrestled all the way through college, Arizona State, and then started doing jiu-jitsu when I was 24.
And you just went brown belt, right?
Yeah, I just got brown belt finally.
Congratulations.
Only 14 short
right?
years. Usually it should only take you 10 years to get a black belt, but
yeah.
we don't do the gi a lot because we don't fight in one.
Yeah.
So, like, the belt system is only for gi jiu-jitsu. They, you got to learn all the fucking chokes to choke people with their own clothes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your leather jacket you have on.
Could be used against me.
Against you,
sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Grips I could do, and fucking choke you out with your jacket. That's why I always wear T-shirts.
All right, there you go.
Just in case.
See, I don't think about shit like that. Thank you.
Hopefully you're not getting into many fights with people.
No, I hope not, man.
Hopefully not tonight.
Yeah. All right.
No one rushes the
you
stage.
get good backup tonight.
Yeah, you get good
I hear you.
backup.
Right. Now, stories are good. That's why we're here. We've already got some cool stuff, I already think. But let's go ahead and get it going. This is Cody Jinks. We're a couple in. To my right, Bobby Keith.
Yes, sir. How
to
you
my
doing?
left, I'm good. How are you, buddy?
Good.
To his right, Hot Rod.
Hello, sir.
Welcome back. You had a little hiatus.
I did. Had a
been
bad hiatus that I missed, but I'm here now for this one. I'm excited.
Well, he had to go take care of business.
He had to take it. He had to. What do you call it?
Drop one in.
Drop. All right. To my left, we have Josh Thompson. What's up? Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Good.
Another day.
Last
day of the tour.
Last day of the tour. Yeah, we're in Joliet, Illinois right now. And right across the table from me, our special guest today, CB Dollaway.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, boys.
Dude, thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you.
It's just a short trip from Arizona, just flew in.
yeah.
4 hours.
Flight
no
delayed
big
and
deal.
everything.
Yeah, how was your flight today?
It's fucking sucked because I have a sinus infection. Anyone that knows, you fly with a sinus infection, your ears just get all fucked up. So I can't hear what you guys are saying for the most part, but I'll try my best.
In there. Yeah, I'll keep my mic low so you can read lips today.
Yeah, I'm an expert lip reader, so
there you go.
good.
Well, thank you for taking your time. I know you literally just got off an airplane, hauled ass over here. So, again.
I had a couple beers before I came.
Well, good. It's called a couple
break,
in,
yeah.
man. That's what we do.
He did it right.
Huck Finn, had to hook me up.
Well, I mean, let's
Cheers.
go ahead and, who's your posse?
We got the cast. We got the whole cast today. We got a party happening. There's beers opening. Yeah.
Drinking beer since this morning.
Huck Finn, his wife, and then my dad made an appearance today. So
What's up, guys? Welcome. Yeah.
Right.
Cheers.
Thank y'all for being here.
It's our first live studio audience.
It is. Yeah. So, all right. So let's
quick though, man.
Yeah.
Don't make him mad. He can beat all of us up.
I'm not making anybody mad here. This is. I'm not. This isn't. This isn't that like
me.
women's daytime talk show. I don't invite people on and like berate them and then kick them off. Like what they do on The Voice or The
Springer.
Talk or some shit like
The
that.
View.
The View. No, this is fun. This is conversational. Basically, I think the first time I met you, we were in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 5 years ago.
yeah.
Sometime like that.
Or you guys know Jimmy Wade?
Yes.
One of you guys know him. Yeah. He's like, you got to
Bobby
check
Keith.
this guy out. And my ex-wife, or was wife at the time, but ex-wife's like, fucking love Cody Jinks. She's like, let's go. So me, my buddy is an ex-Green Beret, end up coming with us. Had a good time with you guys. I don't remember the last part of the night, though.
I can tell you this, though. One thing that sticks out in my mind was we were all standing out behind the club that night, and we were all
Little hammered.
We were all drunk, man. We were
Elaborate.
drunk, all of us.
Yeah.
And this dude walks into you. He wasn't trying to be an asshole or anything, but definitely kind of ran into you. And you turned around, and I was like, "Oh God, no!" And you go, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. This and that." And I was like, "Oh, good," because I didn't want to have to try to separate you two big sons of bitches. Because I was sitting there thinking, but then I was like, you know what? After more of the UFC fighters that I've met and gotten to know, you guys are some of the calmest, mild-mannered guys ever.
Yeah, I've realized that too. Like a lot of the fighters that I'm around, most of us, don't want any trouble. It's going to be no good for us. So every now and then, though, there's certain hotheads out there, but for the most part, all the UFC guys I've been around, super cool, super chill, because we get it out in training. We go in there and beat the fuck out of each other in training. So then when you're walking around in the streets, you don't have any aggression or testosterone buildup. You've got it all out in training or in your fights. So
Yeah.
pretty calm.
Because then you also realize that nobody out on the street's going to be able to whip your ass. You're like, dude, come on.
You never know. Have you ever been on Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people on Twitter that can beat everybody's ass. So
Yeah. We call
Watch
those,
out.
those are the keyboard
warriors.
Yeah.
You got them too?
Oh, we got them. We got plenty of them. And you know what? Those are the first people who are going to walk up and ask for your autograph if they see you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So am I right? You were originally from Kalamazoo
Yeah.
and then went to Ohio.
Went to Ohio. My dad worked for General Motors, an auto worker. So then plant closed in Michigan, moved to Ohio, finished out my high school career, and then headed to Kansas. Wrestled there at a junior college, small junior college, Colby, Kansas, Colby Community College. Won a national title there, and then I was actually at a tournament in Las Vegas, and I saw the Arizona State had a wrestling team. I was like, fuck, that looks like a great place to be. It's warm. Freezing my ass off in Kansas. I'd rather be down there. That was the first recruiting trip I went on, and first people to recruit me. So yeah, went down there, signed with them, and kind of the rest was history.
Keith, briefly, I mean, because we
There's
so much you've done. Just hit some hot points.
So high school All-American 02, state champ, wrestling 171, high school All-American 06, Arizona State. I mean, just to touch on.
So I mean, like, just you can rewind that and listen to it again. It's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, they're like that. That's kind of what my background was amateur wrestling. I never planned on being a fighter. I actually graduated college and started working as a recruiter for the IT field. So I was working, I'm watching UFC on TV, and I'm looking at my job, looking at what I'm making, and I start hearing what these guys are making for fighting. I was like, fuck, they make in one fight what I make for the whole year. And then I was seeing how good wrestlers were doing in it, and I was like, fuck, I should give this a try. Started training. Actually, one of my buddies was on The Ultimate Fighter, Jesse Forbes. I think it was Ultimate Fighter 2. And he needed a wrestler to come in and help him get ready. He was fighting Matt Hamill, another Ohio guy. Needed a wrestler to come in and help him. So I went in, started training with him, and the trainers there are like, you're pretty good at this. You might consider giving it a go. Got 6 fights in 1 year, and then went on The Ultimate Fighter. So with like 1 year's experience. So then went and finished second on The Ultimate Fighter, lost in the finals.
But first overall pick on the show.
Yeah, I got first overall pick with Rampage. Yeah, so it's kind of everything was a blur. It happened so quick. Like, at one point, I was just going to stay in my town in Ohio and work as a construction worker. And my dad's like, well, they're going to give you a free college education. You should probably go and try that. I was like, because I wasn't good in school at all. Then when I went to college, I did a lot better. But yeah, my dad's like, you should just go give it a try. If it doesn't work out, what did you lose? You guys kind of know the rest. Went on to the UFC and everything. But yeah, at one point, I was just going to stay and be a construction worker.
So
not that that's a bad thing.
No,
but yeah.
absolutely. So when you're doing the show, how close together were those fights? You know, is it 2 weeks? Is it a month?
No.
as far as for the show?
I had 3 fights in 13 days because I was the first pick, so I was the last one to fight. And
Last
so they would have a
preliminary,
fight every 3 days in the house. But then on the show, they make it look like it's 1 week apart.
Yeah.
But it's every 3 days. And then when you get down towards the quarters and semifinals, you fight within like 3 days after
that
your other
recovery
fight.
I was going to say, there's no time to heal.
Oh, no, yeah. But since I was the first pick, I was the last one to go. And then I had my quarterfinal and semifinal. Boom, boom, boom. Everything happened real quick. But yeah, you don't get any time to heal up. So yeah, it's kind of like, hope I don't get cut or get any serious injury, or you'd be out of the tournament.
Yeah, but something on that show to where you got to come back and fight again.
So,
correct?
yeah, that's a great story, actually. So after the show, Dana takes us out to a nice steak dinner and then takes us out to this place called the Spearmint Rhino. I don't know if you've ever
We've
heard
been
of it.
there.
Oh, yeah.
We've been
You
there.
boys ever been there?
Got a song about it.
Yeah, one good decision.
So
Yeah.
Dana takes us out there, gives us all a couple $1,000 in chips, and we got to remember all of us guys have been in a house. Like, we haven't had contact with the outside world for the last 10 weeks or 6 weeks, I think.
Oh, shit.
So we go in there and we're just fucking, he gives us a bunch of money. We're just spending, having fun, drinking. One of the guy that made it to the finals, I lost in the semifinals. So me and one other guy were out, and these other 2 guys were going to face in the finals. So one of the guys that was going to be in the finals gets out of his mind goes like out that night and just goes on a fucking rampage, like kicks a window out of a limo, goes into Caesar's Palace, tipping slot machines over, telling he's like, oh, I fight in the UFC, fuck you, nothing's gonna happen to me. So I'm back at home, and this like, I didn't know all this happened. I had a great time, and this guy actually wanted to go home after the show. We're like, oh, you should stay another night. He's like, I get kind of crazy when I drink. We're like, oh, I'll just stay another night. We'll all go out, have fun. So yeah, he went out, had that rampage. But anyway, we're back at home. Me and the other guy are back at home, and I get a call from the UFC. They're like, hey, we want to bring you up to talk about, just some marketing stuff, whatever, your future, whatever. We go up there, and I see the guy, one of the finalists, leaving like crying almost. I was like, oh, fuck, that's not good for him, And then I was like, shit, I hope I didn't do anything that I'm going to get in trouble for right now. I was like, I don't really remember what happened that night. So, but then he brings us back in and shows us this surveillance video of the guy fucking kicking the window out of the limo, going in and kind of terrorizing the hotel and casino. And Dana looks at us and he's like, he's fucking out. He's done. He goes, you two motherfuckers are coming back in 10 days and fighting each other. See who gets the final spot in the show. He goes, are you in or out? And we both look at each other. We're like, see you in 10 fucking days.
See it, yes.
Dana goes, I was going to make you fight today, but he goes, I figured you two had been out partying.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, you are the one that gave us the money, Dave.
yeah,
So-
like, Dana, you kind of caused this. But yeah, we're like, fuck it and come back in 10 days. So yeah, we left there. I was like, well, this kind of just changed my life, came back and then was able to won a unanimous decision against that guy. It was a war. Dana ended up giving us like an extra 10 grand on top of our fight purses each because such a good fight. Yeah, made it into the finals. Then got submitted again in the finals. The same guy that beat me in the semifinals sucked, but kind of catapulted me into the UFC and got my career started.
So you think that's what really got you into the UFC was just that guy going on a rampage almost?
Well, I still would have been in the UFC, but it gave us like more airtime
Yeah,
and like it just
absolutely.
kind of created a cool story around us. That's kind of what I'm learning about fighting. It's not all about how good of a fighter you are. It's like, what's your story? People want a good story. I think that's with any entertainer. Cody probably
I
knows
was
that.
just going to say that I think that people like a good narrative in
Yeah,
this.
there's got to be some story. Like if you can sing, but you have no story about you,
Right. Agreed.
you might not sell. Yeah, you're not going to get that following.
Because at the end of the day, everybody that we have and will have on this show, we're entertainers. I mean,
Yeah.
people pay to see what we do for a living. So there's that story, that narrative that they want.
You have to humanize them, make them relate to the public, or not you, but the whoever's promoting them,
Yeah.
like UFC or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing. If you could be the greatest fighter in the world, but if nobody follows you or wants to watch you, they're not going to put you in there. 'Cause they're like, well, you need a following, you need eyes on you, because that translates to dollars for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same in your industry, I would assume.
Selling baseball jerseys, selling football jerseys,
Yeah,
selling.
if you don't sell songs or sell concert tickets,
That's
they're not
it.
going to put you on the stage.
Yeah, asses in seats.
Yeah, asses and seats, same business.
That's it's the exact
We all-
Same business we're all in.
yeah.
We all do want to know where your nickname, the Doberman, how did it originate?
Oh,
I
the
guess?
Doberman. So, yeah, my first trainers gave me that nickname. Yeah, when we started, like none of us knew how to fight. We knew how to wrestle. But this gym I started at, me and Ryan Bader, and a couple other, Aaron Simpson, Kellen Flukinger. That's about, all of the ASU wrestlers. We started there and we were all wrestlers. They would take and put us in there with these professional kickboxers and be like, you guys are going to spar, but you can't wrestle them. We're like,
Then what are you supposed to do?
kickbox with fucking professional kickboxers.
Oh, let's just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so that's what we did. It's like that gym definitely made us tough. I don't know if that was the smartest strategy, but they were trying to fast track us. Like one of the guys was already 32 years old, or he was our coach at Arizona State getting into fighting. They're like, you can't be fighting amateur fights and all that shit. You're going to be 40 and that'll be done. So they just started throwing us into the fucking fire, like get in there. And then what they told us is they wanted to see, are you game? What are you going to do when you start getting fucked up? Are you going to turn, or are you going to go into the fire and start fucking throwing down? And when they kind of saw that with me and a couple of the other guys, they're like, you're like a fucking dog. They're like, you kind of look like a Doberman. Because I was a little skinnier then. I've gotten bigger over the years, but kind of skinnier and leaner. They're like, you look like a fucking Doberman. And they're like, you fight like a dog. You're getting your ass beat, but you just keep staying in there going and getting it. So then the Doberman was born.
Awesome. This is great. I brought this up a while ago. We were kind of talking about it, though. You were talking about wrestling. My son just started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you just got your brown belt
Yes, sir. 14 short years.
in 14 short years. Is that why they call it a discipline?
Oh, yeah. The way if your son's ever going to get his black belt, he's looking at a 10-year commitment at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's consistency. There's just so much to learn with it. Like when I started, I had that wrestling background. So I thought, I'm like, I know grappling. Like, they're not going to teach me this fucking jujitsu bullshit. And went in and started getting like submitted. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, and these guys aren't like out wrestling me. They're just catching me with this shit. And it just showed me like your wrestling can almost be used against you. If you don't know the submission game, the chokes, the arm locks, the ankle locks, just opened my eyes to this whole new world, because in wrestling, guys fight to stay off their back. Jiu-jitsu, that's where they want to go. That's where all the submissions are, off your back. So it opened my eyes and put me on a journey. Like I said, 14 years to get my brown belt, but a lot of it is that I don't do the gi, which is that karate uniform, because we don't fight in it. Like when we fight, you're in shorts, so you don't want to be reaching for a collar or a sleeve or a pant leg when some guy's dropping elbows on your face. Yeah, counterintuitive. But yeah, it's been a great journey, and I hope, and they say the transition from brown to black is usually within a year, so hopefully by this time next year, I'll be telling you guys I got my black belt.
I hope so too. But, I was just reading up on it, because I read up on it whenever he decided he wanted to go. It was about 4 months ago. And I didn't know a lot about it, and we're small people. And my wife's small, I'm small, and it's good for small people because it's kind of an act of leverage. And
well, that's the whole theory behind jiu-jitsu is the smaller man defeats the bigger, stronger opponent. You use their body weight against them, their size against them. Yeah. So like I said, coming from that wrestling background, in wrestling, it's go forward and grind and pressure and all this. Yeah. In jiu-jitsu, they use that against you. So once you can learn both, it's tremendous. Like I said, 14 years in, I've kind of got both of them down pretty well. Yeah. But like for your son, I was saying you should pair jiu-jitsu and wrestling together with him, because there is not really takedowns in jiu-jitsu. They do the guard pull where they pull people on top of them, wrap their legs around. But if you can't get a guy to the ground, your jiu-jitsu, you see it in the UFC sometimes. Mm-hmm. These great jiu-jitsu fighters can't get a striker to the ground, and they get the shit beat out of them on the feet. So you definitely want to add the takedown element to the game.
Gotcha. Speaking of that, Loud and Heavy. What made you walk out to Loud and Heavy? Like, what about that song?
That was awesome, man.
Your boy, Jimmy Wade, Keith's boy. So he's the same one that kind of put me in contact with him. And he's like, you should fucking walk out to Cody Jinks' song. And this was before I met you guys. And he sent some of them over because I didn't really know much about you. You're not real mainstream, especially when it was 5 years ago almost.
Yeah.
It was 2016.
So you're just kind of starting to blow up. Yeah. So he sends me over some of the songs. I'm like, how the fuck haven't I heard of this guy? And that song just kind of clicked with me. Just, I don't know. Yeah, like the walk out to a fight's a weird thing. And that song just kind of got to me, like, I guess I like put it to like almost jumping out of an airplane. Like your walkout, you're fucking going out there and you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. In your mind, you're like, I've trained for this, da-da-da-da. I'm confident, all that. But when you go out there, you're like, I'm fighting another professional fighter that this is all he does is trains. And some of the lyrics to the song, it just kind of clicked with me. And I was like, I fucking like this song, pumps me up. Yeah. Fucking went with it.
It's funny to me because I don't understand why athletes have picked that song, but we've had baseball players, like pitchers, go out and warm up to it, or it being a batter's walk-up song, or you're not the only UFC fighter that's walked out to that song.
Yeah, it's like the loud thunder, heavy rain. Like for some reason, it's like
it's whatever's going on in your head,
your
right?
Head is loud,
because that's what
there's
the
so many emotions going on in your mind and fucking thoughts. Like, it's a whole experience in itself, is that walkout, like trying to deal with all those nerves and emotions and thoughts. Like, did I train for this properly? I'm getting all pumped up right now.
But we were talking about this earlier. On a fight day, do you wake up nervous, scared, relaxed?
You wake up, you feel like you can throw up. Okay. Like right first thing, I generally try to sleep as late as I can. Like my last fight I just fought in Japan, I woke up at 5 a.m. And once you wake up, you're not going back to sleep. Yeah. You're up and you're just like wired, like the hair is standing up on the back of your neck because you're like, I'm going to be fighting another professional here in about, 12 hours or so. And then that's all you can think about. It consumes you.
Mm-hmm. You got to spend New Year's over there in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. Japan was sick. Fight didn't go my way, but that wasn't sick. But no, just like the crowd over there, the people, most respectful, cleanest city, great food. It was like 50,000 people. Saitama Super Arena. Yeah, they like have fireworks and shit going off when you're walking. It was a lot different than the UFC. Wow. So the promotion's called Risen. Yeah, it was pretty intense.
How long were you there in country?
I was there for like 7 days. But did you guys ever watch the old Pride Fighting Championships?
I watched a little bit of it, like highlights and stuff.
Yeah, so that's the old owners of that started this, because UFC bought Pride and put them out of business, get rid of their competition basically. So the same owners went and just started a new promotion under a different name.
Gotcha.
So they do all the old stuff. TV screens and shit behind you. Like UFC, you don't get to customize your like walkouts. Like it's this, you're gonna walk out with your 3-corner men. That's it. Like over in Japan, they'll let you walk out with like dancers, girls, whatever, like dogs, whatever you want. They're all about the show.
Whatever kind of
Whatever you can come up with. Yes, I didn't know that, but I'm like, fuck.
a little more theatrics in it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all about entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah.
You
It's
should go
not
set
just
up your band over there and let him walk out.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, we've been trying to talk with some promoters about getting over there because everybody that I know that's been over there to work in any capacity, athletes and
they treat you so well. Yeah, you'll
all
really
I've
love
heard
it.
is how wonderful they are. Where has this taken you? I mean, what all countries have you?
Oh shit! Been to Brazil 3 times to fight. Russia, Germany, Australia, Canada. Yeah, Russia is a fucking pretty crazy place. Moscow.
Yeah.
If you can ever get over there, you should.
Well, and I would love to. I really would. That's on my wish list. I don't know how well country music would do over there, but
Who cares? Yeah. No, they do listen to country. It's very Americanized.
where's your favorite?
Favorite? Probably Berlin.
Berlin's fun.
Going over to Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick, seeing all like the World War II museums, traveling all like me and my trainer went there 10 days before the fight and rented bikes from our hotel and just fucking went all around the city, checked all the shit out, all the museums and the shit that Hitler built.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fucked up person, but all the shit he built.
Oh, it was
pretty
amazing. Yeah,
the gold,
Berlin's.
Berlin is like for a sightseer, it's the place to be.
It is. We've got to spend a bunch of time over there because every time we'd go over and tour over there, we'd always fly into Berlin.
I didn't know that about you guys.
good.
You've been to other countries touring.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just here in the United States.
No, and mostly in Berlin.
Hell yeah.
We played a few countries, but Berlin.
No. There's no we. We haven't been.
Josh and I have.
It's like, fuck you guys.
Josh, but the last time,
long time ago.
That was a long time ago, though. I mean, we did 8 tours over there and haven't been over there in 8 years. You know, it's like, hey, man, you fly across the pond enough, you know.
Yeah, don't want to do it too many times.
But I do love it, man. I love the people.
Yeah, it's just a big trip. Like Japan for me is like 14 hours or 16 hours of travel or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like not going to do it every week, you know?
Yeah.
Once a year,
You
once
kinda-
or twice a year is not bad.
Yeah.
You know, look at it like that's an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go over and do some shit that, you know, most people don't get to go do.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I go to another country, another culture, have someone else pay for it. It's nice. How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I pay for everything.
You have to pay for everything. That's why you haven't. That's why you guys don't get to go
That's
there.
why we're here. Yeah.
No, just you know, you try to set up the deals with the promoters. It's the same as your business. You know, it's what can we get?
Yeah, what you can get out of them.
What can we not get? You know, that type of deal.
Yeah,
It's very much the same. And
how many hotel rooms? How many people are they going to pay per diem for? How
Correct.
many? Yeah.
You know, are we getting per diem? We better be getting per diem.
Hopefully.
You know, all these kinds of things.
Now I'd assume they treat you pretty well, right? Or that was 8 years ago.
But that was 8 years ago. Yeah, that was back
now
when we
it'd
were
be a
going over there
different
for 3 weeks, making like
I think
$2,500
Yeah,
or
about $2,000,
You
and
know,
that was
yeah.
a pretty good 3 weeks.
yeah, 20 back then.
Back
yeah,
then that was a pretty good 3 weeks.
and they were feeding us.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
giving you free beer.
yeah.
They got some
lots
good
of
beer
lots of
there.
good
Oh
local
yeah,
beer.
lots of beer, man. That's what you do when you're over
Well,
there.
but when you're over there, and I'm sure that's what they want to do. They want to show you their local beer,
Yeah, their culture.
and they want to feed you. You know, that's what they want to do over there.
And line dance to your songs.
Well,
Yeah,
just
well,
a few
you know,
select
just a few places.
troops.
But that was
Damped troops.
they're endearing, man, and it's cool. So yeah, it's funny you talked about Berlin. I love that place. We're trying to get back over there.
Ever been to Brazil?
No, because I don't know how well country would do in South America.
So they're huge rodeo people down there, though.
They are, and heavy metal.
Yeah, so I didn't know if they would like correlate the rodeo with country music or
Yeah,
not.
because a lot of the guys in the PBR are from Brazil.
Yeah.
a lot of the most badass bull riders are
Like
from Brazil.
Badass fighters, badass bull riders.
Yeah.
From Brazil.
and metalheads. We need to get down there just because they're badass.
Yeah. If you get the crowd behind or against you or behind you. See, I fought down there 3 times. Like the first time I fought, I was fighting the hometown boy. He's now one of my best friends, Daniel Sarafian. At the time, we didn't know each other. This is a co-main event. As I'm getting ready to walk out, there's like the whole crowd is chanting, Usa Ve, Usa Ve. I didn't know what it meant. After my trainer's like, it means you're gonna die. Jeez. Like they get behind their fight. Yeah, as I'm like walking out, guys are like, we're gonna cut your fucking head off, throwing beers on us.
Yeah.
I beat this guy in it was a fucking crazy ass fight. Got fight of the night. Beat him in this split decision, and the crowd starts booing so loud. Like we were right next to each other, we couldn't hear each other. Like the cage is fucking red. There's like 20,000 people just all pissed off their guy lost. Then the next time I go and fight, all of them are on my side, like supporting me.
Because you earned it.
I earned their respect having that crazy ass fight. Then I end up knocking out one of their guys like 39 seconds.
Yeah.
Fucking place goes crazy for you. So it was cool to be on both sides of it. But yeah, the first time was a little scary when they're like the shit they're saying. But like outside of the stadium after the event, I stayed and went to Rio de Janeiro on my first trip. Everyone's super cool, super nice, like helpful, good people. And all we have a lot of Brazilians on our team back in Arizona that train with us. Some of the nicest people. Our head coach is actually from Brazil. So nicest, most caring people.
At Ape Man, correct?
Not at Ape Man, at our Power MMA.
Power
MMA, okay.
Yeah.
Ape Man's, they're a apparel company that I kind of work for and market for.
Okay.
Yeah. Good dudes too.
Oh, we got your sticker on the cooler.
So Power MMA, is that based out of Tempe?
Yeah. That was our team. See, we had a 27,000 square foot gym for a while. Me, Ryan Bader, Aaron Simpson. Yeah, we were kind of all focused on fighting and not focused on running the business. And this is like I said, 27,000 square foot facility.
Yeah.
It's like the overhead upwards of 50,000 a month. And we're not like focusing on the business. We're just like, we're fighting, we're doing this, and kind of started to get crazy. We're like, this is too much. You know, we don't want to end up being responsible for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I ended up, closing it down. We just kind of train out of a warehouse now. We took all of our stuff from there. It's just professionals. At one time, we had almost 2,500 members at that gym.
Wow.
Trying to manage everybody and whatnot. It was a lot, especially, like I said, none of us were focused on the business. We're all focused on our own fighting careers. So it's just, things got a little weird. We're like, it's time to move on from that and go on to the next thing.
Yeah. Awesome.
When you were talking about, you were all pumped up. We're just talking about the loud and heavy. What goes into the mental aspect of just being a fighter? Because me personally, I don't want to get hit, so I'm not going to be a fighter. Like what goes in? Like what makes a person?
You're disqualified on the first that one. You're out.
You're out. I think
I'm out.
these guys over here on this side of the room no.
I'm good on that. No, I think it's just being a competitive son of a bitch. Like I told you guys, I never thought I was going to be a fighter. When I wrestled my last match in college, I'm like, I'm fucking done with this. I don't ever care to see a fucking wrestling mat again or sports. Because there's a lot of weight cutting involved, as you guys know, with fighting and wrestling. In wrestling, you had to make the weight every week, sometimes twice a week. On like a tournament, you'd have to make, if it's a 3-day tournament, you have to make weight every single day. And you guys see, I'm a pretty big guy, so making 184 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm like 230 right now.
Damn.
Back then, I was probably 195, 200 pounds, but going down to the 184 pound limit every week, sometimes multiple times in the week, fucking sucks. So when I was done, I'm like, fuck this, never doing that again. Then the fighting stuff started happening, and I was like, well, it's only 2 or 3 times a year you have to make the weight. I was like, well, give it a try, Then you get in there and you're working out with the guys. That's what I was saying. What goes into being a fighter, you got to be a competitive motherfucker. You don't want anyone to beat you at anything, any aspect of it. And once you get in there, it's, in my opinion, the greatest game there is. It's a human chess match. Brains versus physical ability. You could have all the physical ability in the world, but if you don't have the brains and technique behind it, you get, like the jiu-jitsu, you get submitted or you get tricked into something. Throw a punch you shouldn't have. The guy's been setting you up for the whole fight, and then he fucking knocks you out because he's been setting it up the whole fight, and you didn't know it. You didn't see it. There's so many calculations going on in there when you're fighting. If something looks like it's there, probably isn't there. But through experience, you learn that. Yeah, guys are setting you up. Like I said, it's a human chess match. Do you guys play chess?
Oh, hell no. That shit's way too hard.
See, I started playing when I was 14, 15 and loved that game because I guess when it comes down, there's really no luck involved.
No, there's not.
In chess, it's all skill. In fighting, people will say, it's a lucky punch, this or that. But these guys are professionals. They train their craft every day, If you get caught with something, it's because it was intentional.
So there's really no lucky punch.
Yeah, I mean, people can say that, but you know, you train twice a day, every day for your whole life. It's not really luck, you know. They've done something correctly, or they just matched up well against who they were fighting.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fighting too, is the matchup. Like, you can't say, "Oh, this guy beat that guy, so he's going to be able to beat that guy." That shit doesn't work. You have to look at both of their skill sets, see how they match up against each other. They call it MMA math when they're like, "Well, this guy beat that guy, so he'll beat him." No, it's all about the individual matchup.
How much video prep goes into
a ton.
Those? Almost as much as in
like NFL shit. Yeah, you're watching, like, trying to look for signs. Like, what does he do before he does this? What happens when he goes here? What's his favorite submission? It's like I was the first guy to ever pull off a Peruvian necktie in UFC. Never will get that move again, because once you do it once, everyone, when they're gonna fight you, they're fucking training. They don't want to be the next on a highlight reel.
Submission of the night for that too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh had a question about.
well, yeah. I mean, first of all,
You want to get put in it or what?
No, I do not. Because
I would like to see this.
Let's vote. No.
how?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all raising their hand.
You're fucked.
6-1,
Maybe
you
at the
lose.
very end. How the fuck do they come up with these names for these holds, like the Peruvian
Peruvian
necktie?
necktie. So this guy, Tony D'Souza, who apparently was like friends with my trainers from way, like, when they started. My first trainers were fighters like 10 years before they started training people. They knew this guy, Tony D'Souza, who was a Peruvian, and he fucking created this choke. Started my training camps, one of my trainers like, "I gotta fucking show you this choke because you're always in that position," which is a front headlock position for wrestling. He's like, "There's this move called the Peruvian necktie." He's like, "If you can fucking get this on someone, you're gonna get submission of the night, which is $50,000 or $70,000 bonus on top of your fight purse. So it's in your best interest to get a cool ass submission." He showed it to me, and right away, like, I started, like, next day was able to start hitting it on people. And then the guy I was fighting was a wrestler that likes to shoot a lot, so we knew he'd be in that position and ended up pulling it off. But that's how the name came about, because he was this fucking Peruvian guy that pulled it looked like it's around your neck necktie, you know?
So if you created your own choke out, what are you going to call it? What would you call it? You ever... The Huck Fin.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, you've never
I've never
thought
of it. Yeah, there's so much shit to learn. You don't think about creating your own shit.
That's all I'm thinking about.
I saw a picture of the Peruvian necktie online, and it didn't look comfortable.
I bet it's not.
In fact,
It's
it
not real
looked
comfortable.
horrible.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. It's kind of like a necktie. It's loose, but once you're in it, you're fucked. Like, it never feels dangerous, and then once it feels dangerous, you're fucked.
We're about to
There's
find
no
out.
getting
Well, I was
a
going to
little
say,
bit.
I can't do it because I'm going to sing tonight. I'd like to see one of you guys get in there.
I think
I gotta
Bobby
work.
Keith is the only one that
No, I gotta
work on stage.
No, we got to go crash
All right.
Alex's set.
We'll go get
No,
Alex.
but I will.
I have to piss during this podcast.
No, you
Okay,
can.
we can edit
Yeah,
anything.
go,
Go,
yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. No. We
Sorry. I'll step in, brother.
it's all good.
This is Huck Finn.
Is
Hey,
you
what's
good?
going on, guys?
We gave him too much beer before the podcast.
It's cool. You're
okay.
good. You're
Yeah,
good.
sit down, man.
I think
Yeah,
he's
sit
one
down.
of the first
Hey, Huck.
ones.
Hey, what's up? This is Huck Finn. I'm going to step in for CB Dollaway over here. I am a world's strongest drunk. Go ahead.
Hey, we did see you on the internet the other day taking some baseballs, acting like.
What were you
Astros.
doing?
That is my most recent viral video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you
I
have
was on
bruises?
Barstool Sports.
You have bruises from that?
Several.
Okay. You were getting drilled.
It was worth it, brother. 80 miles an hour right to the chest, you know.
80.
Wow.
I am, I thought of this thing in my head. The Houston Astros, they're going to get nailed this year.
A lot.
So I stepped into the cage and I pretended I was a Houston Astro prepping for the upcoming season.
All right. If you
Boom!
get-
It took off like a motherfucker.
You know what? I know some people with the Astros organization. You might get a job stepping into balls this year.
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in. Obviously, you
heard
guys
it.
saw me take it.
You heard it from the man. I'm like, he would turn and just take him in the chest. Like,
And then he
I
walked
think
closer.
You're now a new
Yeah, I kept going closer.
you
I
kept
wanted
going
harder, so I was
closer,
covering
yeah.
my balls up. That was it. I didn't want to get hit in the nuts. Chest is okay. No nut shots.
so when the Astros call you, I'm going to be your agent.
No. I'm in, brother.
What-
110%.
Okay.
I'll be
So
your
110
assistant.
million to take.
Huck Finn.
Because it's going to take y'all at least 10.
Lead off batter, baby.
At least 10 fucking years to get out of this whole Houston. So you guys are going to.
That is true. Go Astros. You tagging me back in? I'm tagging the man back in. I got to take a leak too.
Hey, Huck.
I've already drank about 15 beers during this podcast.
I've seen it. They're
Yeah, we're
sitting all
looking
over
at
the
him.
table.
Thanks for being here.
Fucking tank.
Hell
This,
yeah.
this podcast
He's that
has been
unit.
brought to you by Huck Finn.
Huck and Miller Lite.
And Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, but I will say one thing. I think your last fight in the UFC, we were in Norfolk,
Virginia.
Norfolk,
We were
Virginia,
watching
and
it.
We watched it, man. It's
We were at the Norva in Norfolk.
we get to know somebody like you or another couple guys that we know. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like my dad has mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah.
But like this is what I tell him. I'm like, this is what we love. Like I wouldn't do anything else in the world. We'd love to do it. It's not like we're forced to go in there. But yeah, I could understand. Like personally, when I watch my own friends fight, is worse than when I fight. Like my training partners, you get nervous, more nervous for them than when you fight. Because when you fight, you're like, for some reason, you think you have some kind of control over it, which you obviously don't. That's a false sense of security. But yeah, when you fight, you're like, oh, I got this. It's under control. But when you're watching your friend fight, you're like, fuck, man, because you know what they're going in there to face. Like I remember I cornered Ryan Bader against John Jones.
Wow.
So we're like sitting, and yeah, we're like, this is gonna be. And both of them were undefeated. We didn't know John Jones was gonna be John Jones. Turned out to be probably the greatest martial artist to ever walk in the octagon. Yeah, I remember the feeling like sitting in there, waiting for him to go out there and fight. You're in that back room. It's just you, your three your coaches. We're sitting there like, fuck, you're about to go fight, this guy, whatever, like good luck. But then you go out there and they're doing the introductions or like looking across. We're like, he's fucking big. I think
He's got one of the largest wingspans.
yeah, 86-inch reach.
Yeah.
I have a 76-inch reach. So he has 10 inches on me.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
he's fucking long. I remember, I remember seeing him at the weigh-in. I was like, fuck, he looks a lot bigger in person. Like on TV, he looks kind of skinny, but then when he was standing next to Ryan, I was like, fuck, he's kind of like got some meat to him, and he's like tall and long. We knew that was going to be a tough fight. But yeah, watching your friend go in there and fight is kind of tough. Like I said, for some reason, when you're fighting, you think you have control, or you're in control of the situation. So to watch your friend getting beat up, you're like, you feel helpless. You want to jump in there, but that's what they chose to do. So made your bed, go lie in it.
That's the business.
Yeah, that's the business.
Yeah.
Sure, if you watch your friend go out and fail on stage
Well, that's
trying
it.
to sing,
Yeah,
you're like, sorry.
you
But
know.
at least they're not getting their face punched in. But
This is true.
still, it hurts in a different way. I'm sure that if someone
it's-
goes out there and fails, it probably hurts even worse.
Well, so it's a mind fuck either way.
Yeah.
No matter how you failed that day or whatever it is you failed at, if that's your job, if that's what you do,
yeah,
like
and you
that-
fail,
it
it sucks.
fucks with
It's a
you.
shitty feeling.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling.
And then you fail. Like a lot of people, this is a saying, a lot of people fail in their jobs or in their life, but it's not public.
Yeah.
Like if you fail or if I fail,
Yeah,
it's
it's
in
very
front of
public.
millions of people.
It's very public.
And they're all going to let you know about it.
Yeah.
If you fail in private, it's said and done. But if you fail in front of a million, you get knocked out in front of millions of people. They're all on Twitter, Instagram, letting you know, you fucking got knocked. You're like, yeah, I gathered that, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know I got knocked out. Like, fuck you. But
Yeah, if you go into a rant on stage and
Yeah.
it goes viral the next day,
Yeah. did that happen to you?
I just said some things.
Yeah, you're shaking your head like it happened.
There's definitely
I'm saying
There may be
which
some
occurrence?
footage out there.
Which occurrence are we
which
talking
rant? Which rant
I'm gonna
would
go
you
look on YouTube, see what I can come up with.
There's a few. We're not talking about me though. We're talking about you.
What about when you? I mean, I assume the closeness of you and the fighters. You've obviously faced off against your friends as well, or have you?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't really call them friends, but kind of like, so when I was in the Ultimate Fighter, you're living with these guys. So 16 other fighters, you're all living in the same house. You're like some of the guys in my room. 'Cause, I don't know, there's like 7 or 8 rooms in the house, but yeah, you're kind of there's like 3 or 4 guys to a room, this big ass mansion in Las Vegas, and so everyone in your room isn't on your team. So every morning you're looking up, you're like, I might have to fight this guy, but you start, like some guys are cool, you start to like get along with them, and then as it starts kind of dwindling down towards the end, you're like, I might have to fight this motherfucker. But then it's a sport. At the end of the day, it's nothing personal. It's like we both like fighting people for money, so.
And
Why not
that's-
fight your ass?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's go do it. Let's go make our money. Let the best man win, you know?
Yeah.
But, I would probably not want to fight any of my, like, real teammates that I've been training. Like, Ryan Bader, we started training at Arizona State together in, like, 2003. It's almost 17 years. I don't think I'd want to fight him. Yeah, that would be weird. But, like, you meet friends in the industry, wouldn't be the same, you know? But you're, like, people from that team you've been with for so long. That might be a little...
Okay.
Odd, but people have done it, you know. I would only see that happening if it came down to like a world title of some sort, you know, like you're the champion, like I need to try to make my go at it, but I don't foresee that happening. He's double champion in Bellator right now, and I'm in Riz in a totally different promotion, so we should be good.
Yeah. I've been in like a couple of fights, like when I was a kid, and just normal stupid bullshit, you know, kids fighting and stuff like that. Not like what you guys do. How do you do the difference between just seeing red and just like you're really fighting this guy and then just being able to hear that bell and turning it off? How do you do that?
Through training. You know, you train every day leading up to the fight. You know, the 5-minute rounds, hear the bell, you stop, that and that. But really, when you go into a fight, you know this guy's not probably going away. Like in a street fight, it's going to last 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
Someone's getting fucked up, it's done and over. Professional fight, you go in there like banking that this thing's going 15 minutes. You're like, I don't want to be like go out there and blow my wad.
Yeah.
And then this fight keeps going on for 10 more minutes, and I'm exhausted. And this guy's using me as a punching bag.
Yeah.
Like in the streets, in 30 seconds or a minute, either one guy's gonna be finished, or bouncers, or someone's intervening. For the most part, not saying that there hasn't been longer fights, but for the most part. And so that's always in the back of your mind. Like I'm not gonna go and fight off anger in a cage fight because you go crazy for 2 minutes and you don't finish him. You're exhausted and he's not.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking trained killer, and he's gonna beat the fuck out of you. So that's in the back of your mind, like stay calm, stay composed. But there's a time to flip that switch. When you hurt him, you go, you know, for the kill.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess,
You just got to be
like
careful.
like a lion, you know, like when you get your prey down, you go for the kill, but they don't, you know, they sit around, they're patient until it's time. But yeah, going out and just going balls to the wall out the gate with no setup or technique or anything. Like I said, it's a chess match. Hey, you want to take your time, and when the time is right, you go for it.
All right, so here's a question. Hypothetically, you have two guys like yourself, and y'all are in a bar, and y'all are just going to get into a good old-fashioned bar fight. Are you guys going to try to, like, do the whole MMA thing, or are you guys just going to go to blows?
You're going to go to blows, yeah.
Okay.
I think that, well, I know.
So are there guys that, you know, it's like,
From
I don't want
experience,
to...
yeah, no. Like, you're not going to, like, dance around and set your jab up in
Okay.
a fucking bar fight, worrying about someone hitting you in the head with a cue ball or a pool stick or some
stick,
shit.
yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
they're two different things. Like, in the ring, there's a fucking referee. If you get knocked out, that's so, like, a ref's jumping in or you get hurt, you know, the ref's jumping in the street, that's life or death.
Yeah.
Like, you get knocked down, some guy might stomp your head in or put you on the curb or fucking hit you in the head with a beer bottle. There's so many more factors that I think, yeah, if something pops off, you're going crazy, like, right away.
Gotcha.
Going to berserk mode. I think that's human nature.
I think it is. Okay. Yeah, it's that fight or
I mean,
flight thing.
A
'Cause what you-
professional fighter is going to be more
That's
like
skill.
more technical, but
Yeah.
they're going balls to the wall because you don't know all the elements. Like, is there a guy behind me? Is there a guy to the side? How many guys is with this guy?
Well, like you said, it's a chess match in there.
Yeah, and there I know it's a fair fight. It's 1-on-1. There's a referee. There's going to be after the first 5 minutes, there's going to be a minute break. Like, there's rules to it.
Yeah.
In the streets, there are no rules.
Gotcha. Cool. Good answer. Let's talk about this right here, man. This was a cool surprise. This is it looks like my own personal like Super Bowl ring.
It's damn near as big.
It's huge. It's very comfortable though, and it fits really well. You brought me this, and I had just gotten you my ring size just a few days ago.
Yeah, it was just made a few days ago.
Right on. And
Custom made.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful silver ring. It's got a big old school mic on it. It's got two guitars wrapped around it, and it's shaped like a Super Bowl ring, and it makes me look really awesome, and I feel cool whenever I move my hands. And
Fucking look cool in it.
yeah, thank you. But talk about your company.
So yeah, it's these guys. It's called the American Sons. They're kind of like the ideal American, and they're kind of themed like American-made, hardworking, blue-collar people. And they knew about you. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I know Cody Jinks, or I'm going. I told them I was coming out here. They're like, you know, fucking Cody Jinks. Like, we love that guy. Like, we have the perfect ring for him. And they got super excited. But like I said, they're hardworking, blue-collar guys.
Yeah, like Huck.
Like Huck over here.
What's your
Suck my blue collar cock.
Oh no, I thought it said suck my blue collar. Is it a picture of a chicken drinking beer? It's a rooster. Oh, it's a rooster. Oh. I'm sorry, my innocent mind didn't get that.
I thought it was suck my chicken. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, CB goes, you might not want to wear that. You might get kicked out. I said, well, I do.
No,
Nah, man,
you're in the right fucking place.
I told CB.
Yeah.
It's the right room to wear it.
Fall shirts when we get home.
Yeah.
You told me I thought you had to wear sleeves to the event, but
I did bring sleeves just in case if we're going to.
Are they Velcro?
Did they make
just
sleeves?
Velcro
Did they make
on?
sleeves big enough?
I'll go back on, brother.
Did they make sleeves big enough for you?
Yeah, that's why they're cut off, my friend.
Good Lord, man.
Also, CB,
look at my
your
thigh.
dad is out drinking you. Look how many beers your dad's had during this podcast.
Crack that beer, buddy.
I have the fucking coronavirus, bro. He
He
came back from
He
Japan.
just
I'm
flew in,
suspect.
man. Yeah.
He just flew in.
He's already blaming the coronavirus.
He's already. He got it.
Give the son of a bitch a line.
Hey, it's a fucking, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's sprinting out the gate. We'll see where you're at 2 in the morning.
I'm an old pro, my friend.
He's like,
he's going
He'll
the
be like, I'll be 60 deep and still talking shit.
He came to Chicago and he was fine the whole.
Yeah, I heard he's.
I'm an old pro.
I asked him like after the concert. I messaged him the next day. I was like, "How'd it go?" He's like, "Those boys like to party."
We drink some beer. We drink
I
some
know
beer.
from
Yeah.
experience. Like
Have
when
to.
I went and hung out with him, I remember the first half of the night. Then I woke up in my bed. I was like, "Oh man, I hope I didn't do anything fucked
Well, the first
up."
half of the night was with us. The second half was when we were on stage. So that is not.
Yeah, no, but
that's
then
not
we
up to
went
us.
when I was with you guys. Then we went to the tour bus after.
Yeah.
So I don't remember much of that. But I just woke up in my
You got a good
bed.
text.
Yeah, I got a good text that everything went well. I was like, oh, thank God I didn't do anything too fucked up.
No, you've never.
I
None
didn't
of you
know.
guys have ever been out of line ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is one of those things you don't want to like be like having a night and then like wake up in your bed. Like,
But we all do that though.
yeah, we've
'cause-
all been there, but you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we've all been there though, because it's like waking up and be like thinking about, do I need to apologize to anybody?
Yeah,
today?
who do I need to
And if I
apologize?
do, I don't know who it needs to be with.
You see your car in the driveway, you're like, how'd that get there?
Like in the driveway and on the grass.
Yeah, in
and
the front
kind of-
yard, you're like,
kind
"Ugh."
of
Your bumper hanging.
your bumpers in the road.
Like, please tell me I'm not the one that drove that home.
Your company here, the American
The
Sons.
American Sons, yeah, they're just buddies. It's kind of like the 8 Man Strong guys. We're all Arizona guys, so we try to help each other out. Like I sent you guys 8 Man shirts. I want to get jewelry to you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Like they want to support you. Hopefully you guys support them. You
Hell
know,
yeah,
and
man!
it's-
Shout out.
We appreciate the shout out.
That's how the business works.
And
That's-
people.
Like I'm kind of Adam will beat your ass, bro. I've been training him in boxing. Yeah, that's
Face
right.
spot for me.
So you can find that on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Twitter. I'm sure they have too. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, yeah, we just try to all kind of help each other out.
Yeah.
Support when we can. But
Dude, y'all
I'm a
do
little
great
jealous
work.
of your ring. Actually, I want one of those.
And it's super freaking cool. It's probably one, and it's got
The
customization.
detail, man, is-
the detail on the inside as well.
This is different.
It's just super cool. It's one of the coolest rings anybody's ever given to me.
So I would
Rock and roll.
assume.
So I like the necklace. I don't know if you saw that. Okay.
I did. Is that the one that has the "Don't Tread on Me" on it? Yeah, I saw that.
Big fan of the Don't Tread on
Yeah,
Me.
with the snake wrapped around
Yeah,
it.
Their stuff's good. And this
Yeah,
is
it's
their first
super
run,
cool.
They're just starting. Like I said, they just opened shop within the last 6 months. So
Oh wow.
they're just getting going. It's like 3 guys, but they use that 9. I think it's the 925 silvers. Nice, heavy, good shit. So,
Yeah, that's what it says on the inside. The
yeah,
925.
it's real silver, yeah, not some bullshit.
No, it's heavy. It's a piece, man.
Oh,
but it's-
did you bring your fucking belt buckle?
No, I forgot a belt, man. I'm wearing no belt, no underwear, no nothing.
No shoes.
I'm glad you remember
It's in my
pants.
truck.
So-
Well, I figured if I was coming here, I shouldn't wear underwear.
no, because this is that kind of party.
Exactly.
It's all right.
Figured it would be.
What'd you have, Josh?
Kind of what is the next step after wrestling for you? You've got this stuff, but what are you
Fighting?
You're just going to keep fighting, huh?
No, he asked the
Oh,
next
I'm
Wrestling.
sorry. I'm
Wrestling.
sorry. I said
Yeah,
wrestling.
we're not wrestling out there. I wish.
My apologies.
Wrestling is a little easier on
Fighting.
the body.
Sorry. Let's
Fighting.
3, 2,
Fighting.
1.
I gotta say.
Put him in the Peruvian necktie.
Peruvian necktie.
Yeah.
He deserves it after
What
that.
is after fighting?
Right now, my girlfriend's a doctor, and we've talked about opening like a gym, like clinic together. Where on one side I'm doing the health stuff, on the other side, or not. she's doing the health stuff. I'm doing the fitness stuff on the other side. It's kind of pairing up, but we'll see. That I do marketing stuff like, with the American Sons, 8 Man Strong. So I see stuff there. A lot of the companies I've worked with over the years, positions there. I kind of always just want to work for myself. After, like I said, right out of college, I worked as a recruiter for the IT field for a company, which wasn't, I'm still friends with the owners and everything of that. But working for yourself, as you know, it's the freedom. It's not about how much money you make.
No.
It's having the freedom to do what you want in life. Also, I have a nonprofit. It's called Vets and Adventures. It's about 2 years old and just trying to get it off the ground. So I haven't been able to give it as much attention as I want to with my fighting career still going on. But once my fighting career is over, I definitely want to go full steam ahead with that and be very involved in that, where we train veterans in mixed martial arts and take them on outdoor adventures. Just kind of create a community for them. A lot of these guys, like I've been on a lot of tours through Iraq, the Middle East. With
Fight for Troops?
Armed Forces Entertainment.
Okay.
So went over, taught mixed martial arts to those guys, and actually worked with, it's called Merging Vets and Players in Hollywood, California. My buddy Jay Glazer runs that, the Fox NFL analyst. Yeah, so he runs that out of his gym, Unbreakable Performance in Hollywood, California. So I got to work with a lot of guys up there doing that program, teaching them stuff and seeing how much it helped them. Me and my buddy, you met Nick, he came to the concert, the ex-Green Beret. Mm-hmm. We hiked into Havasupai. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's in the Grand Canyon, all the waterfalls. Yeah, look it up if you can. It's the most photographed place on earth, they say.
Wow.
It's like the water's like blue from all the turquoise and stuff. They have all these crazy waterfalls. But anyway, me and him hiked into there and we're like talking about kind of, what I'm going to do after fighting and stuff. And we started talking about the nonprofit and he's like, fuck, we should just start one. So me, him, and another buddy of mine all got our shit together, put everything together and got our 501c3 and now have a nonprofit. Able to raise some funding through my other friends that own businesses, got all the equipment, and we put on a couple of the classes and stuff and getting interest in it. And just once I'm able to put more time there, I could really see it blowing up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like rewarding work, and I'm still working in the field in my expertise and something I enjoy. So it may not make $1 million, but I'll be happy every day I go to work.
So, and I don't know this, and is there any research into mixed martial arts and PTSD and those things helping each other? Or
I don't know if there's research in it yet, but watching it, being firsthand and listening to the guys. So Jay's is a little different than mine. He just has the guys train, and then after they all sit around and kind of talk about what's going on in their life, maybe the hardships and whatnot's going on in their life. It gives them like that sense of unity again that you leave once you leave the military. You don't have that anymore, and they feel lost. And it gives them a place to come, get back together, be part of something, and be in a productive thing. Keep them out of the bars. It gives them like a schedule. Instead of, I'm going to go out and drink tonight with all my friends, it's not the right place for some of these guys to be. They have a lot of anger and whatnot.
Yeah.
They can go there, do mixed martial arts, and get it out.
It's constructive.
Yeah, it's constructive and do something good. And
yeah.
So you see positive effects, even though they're...
Yeah, you see positive effects. There's no research on it. I bet there is research on it, though, if you looked, that doing anything physical is going to help you. As far as there's like endorphins and stuff that get released, make you happy. Mm-hmm. As long as you're kind of staying active, you don't want to see a guy come home from war and sit in his house and drink every day. That's not going to be a good outcome for the most part, So, yeah, getting them out, moving, active, involved in the community, helping around the gym, whatever. Yeah, it's a good thing for everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's with Jay's. Like I said, he saw the correlation between football players, baseball players, and stuff leaving the pros and going back to civilian life, and then the soldiers going back to civilian life. So he teamed them up. So that's the merging vets and players.
Yeah,
it's professional athletes with veterans together, and they work together to kind of be a team, and help each other out,
fantastic,
support each other. So
man, that's great work, dude. That's cool.
Well, it's great to be able to share your talent.
Yeah.
With someone, and see the smiles on their face. And a lot of the people, when I worked with in they'd come up after, thank you so much for coming. Very thankful.
Yeah.
Humble people. So, yeah. And my dad's a veteran, Vietnam veteran. So definitely respect it and want to do what I can to give back.
Well, we're all affected by it in one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing that I would... Oh,
no, that was it.
I was going to say, because you brought up your dad, and I always like to... What kind of support system was he for you, when you started to fight and started to the UFC, and Like, was
That's
he
a
on
funny,
board?
That's a
or?
funny story that you bring that up.
I guess we're going for another beer here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Beer me.
Beer me.
Yeah, you're out.
Your old man's fucking chugging beers back here with me. I love your dad. He's the best.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
talking about
so-
your dad and
Yeah, my dad knew I'd kind of started training, and he's like, "You better not be fucking getting into that cage fighting stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, definitely not doing that." So I was like on my third professional fight so he has no idea I'm fighting. I'm 3 pro fights in. I don't know who. Someone, I think it was my brother or sister. Someone let him know, like, yeah, he's fighting professionally now. He's like, I fucking sent you, because I graduated from Arizona State, bachelor's degree and stuff. He's like, you went to fucking school, now you're fighting in a cage. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. It's like, it's a great backup plan if fighting doesn't work out or whatever. But
You
it
have your
wasn't-
degree?
Yeah.
Well, and you're also building your own portfolio. You've got a whole bunch of shit going on.
But yeah, my degree is sociology and justice studies. I was going to go into the FBI or like CIA or something exciting, and then fighting was more exciting. So
You just felt like playing chess in an octagon
Yeah.
with somebody trying to beat your brains in.
Yeah.
It was just a little more
a
exciting.
little more exciting, a little more fun, a little more women, a little more alcohol and late nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my buddy who is the Green Beret said. He goes, I'll never be as cool as I was when I was a fucking Green Beret. I kind of feel like with fighting, like you're never going to be as cool as you were when you were a fucking UFC fighter. And
being
that's-
on-
I don't know what
being on
else I could get
stage.
into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you when you're done with your music. But see, you guys have longer careers than us.
we do.
no
We do.
one's beating the shit out of you yet.
We beat the shit
We'll
out
see
of
what
ourselves.
happens tonight. Yeah, the road beats you up, huh? I had a chance to. One of my buddies was training Lee Bryce. He came and visited our gym. He was telling me about the road, so that's why he brought him on tour with him so he could work out. But he said the problem is that all these meet and greets and everything. Everyone have a beer with me. Have a beer with me. Have a drink. He goes, before I knew it, I was putting on a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
It tears you up.
Cody wouldn't know anything about putting on weight.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
As you
just
can
started.
see him.
I just started.
He
I-
looks like he stays trim.
Dude, I
don't know
just
how
put
he does
on.
it.
I just put on like 10 pounds in the last year. I'm about to be 40, so I guess my metabolism started to slow down. That's
what it is.
Because I've been the same weight for like the last 20 years, and then I went to the doctor a couple months ago, and I'd put on 10 pounds, and it's Miller Lite right in there. You know,
You gotta switch to Michelob Ultra.
it's only 1 calorie less, man. Yeah, I mean it's like.
Little lights with beer.
Yeah, that's where you're at. But yeah, I'm putting on a little weight, dude. I don't know if you guys can see this on the. I got a little fold here on my belly.
What'd you call it?
Fold.
No, what'd you call it the other day?
What I call it the other day?
Sticks out further.
It's
Oh,
a
a
penis.
dicky do.
There you go.
Can
Yeah.
your belly stick out further than your dicky
There
do?
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when you get a panis, we got a problem.
Panis. Yeah, I just learned what a panis was. You know what a panis
that's
is?
the medical
fupa?
term for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going downhill quick.
Don't develop one of those.
Yeah. Well, hey, look at the edit button. Cool, man. Anything else you want to touch on? Anything exciting you got coming up?
Just hopefully the end of July, heading back to Tokyo to fight again over in Risen in that Saitama Super Arena.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Gonna possibly fight a guy from Russia. We'll see. Trying to get opponents right now.
Yeah.
Haven't got anything yet, but yeah, that looks like the next time I'll be out. So I'll be heading back across the. I don't know if you call it the pond.
The pond.
Japan's like that's
not
a
a pond,
trip.
man. That's
a big lake.
that's a
yeah,
big
it's a trip.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth it. I enjoy going over there. So yeah, that's after I come back from here, having a little bit of fun with you guys, spend a week with my dad, then I'm going back, getting right into training and
right
trying
back
to get
to
ready
it.
for that in July.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me out.
Thank you
Oh,
for
man,
your
thank
time,
you.
It's
man.
been an honor.
Like I said, man, you just jumped off an airplane, hauled ass over here. We started chugging beers, and
Well, I knew you had cold beers. So.
That's right. Cold.
And I knew Huck Finn was here, and there wouldn't be many left.
Huck.
We
Take
got
them all. Time to go.
All right, so CBDollaway.com, and you've got your Facebook and your
Yeah.
Instagram as well. So
Yeah,
you
just
are
CB Dollaway on all of them.
yeah. So you're easily accessible. Social media. I looked all your social media up, and that's all well kept and up to date
try,
and all
yeah.
that good stuff. Thank you again, man. We appreciate your time. Thank you again for the ring, man. That was super cool, you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
when we make our way out to the West Coast, man, we'll have to bring them out.
Yeah, if you come out, we'll
We
take
should
you
be
down
out.
to the actual factory where they make it all.
I'd love to,
It's
man.
big.
Yeah, do
I'm
have a
here
little tour.
I'm here in July.
I think we'll be out there.
Hopefully
about that
not
time.
July, late July.
No,
Be in
beginning.
fucking-
'Cause you'll
No,
be
beginning.
in
Yeah,
Japan,
hopefully
right?
early July.
I think
I won't be able to have any beers with you then.
No, I think it's early
Yeah, you'll
July.
be training.
So.
I'll
But-
bring Huck. Huck will drink my
He'll
shit.
have
He'll
his
drink
beers
my
for all
shit.
this.
Yeah.
All right.
And the old man will drink his shit.
There you go. You got it. Well, cool. Well, hey, thank you again. CB Dollaway, Hot Rod Austin Tripp over here, Bobby
sir.
Keith.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys. Looking forward to the show tonight.
Hell yeah. Josh Thompson.
Yep.
All right, rock and roll. You've been a couple in with Cody Jinks. See you next time.
Josh the Punk Thompson.